Alrighty, fifth grade. Today we will be solving subtraction equations. This goes with page 426. I'm going to try and show you the way to do it on paper, which is what I want you to do. And to show me your work, you may use a calculator to do some of the adding, or you can just use paper and pencil. But I do need to see how you are getting the unknown, the variable, isolated by itself, and how we're getting to the final answer. So I'll show you the work that I would like on your paper. To do it, we're going to use what's called the inverse operation, which is the opposite of what's in the equation. This is a minus sign, q minus 52. So we will do the opposite. We will add to solve the subtraction equation. The next steps are pretty familiar with what we did yesterday, but we're going to be doing the opposite. Yesterday was adding, and then we subtracted to find it. Today, everything will be subtraction, so we will add in order to solve it. So in order to get rid of this minus 52, I need to add 52 to it. Negative 52 plus a positive 52 gives me a 0, so we cross that out. That leaves my q all by itself. I need to add 52 over here, because we're adding today. Do the same on both sides. 8 plus 2 is 10. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. 1 plus 0 is 1. Q equals 190. I can check that by putting it in my initial equation, minus 52. Make sure I borrow correctly. 8, 3, and 1. You don't have to show me this. That's just me checking. If you wish, you may. You don't have to. Here's an equation with a mixed number and a decimal. The mixed number being 3 1/4, the fraction being 3/4. Again, we'll do the inverse operation, or do the opposite of what the equation is asking. So the opposite of minus is add. The negative 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4 gives me 0. So that gives me an n. Over here, we've got to make sure we line up our fraction part. So the 1/4 goes underneath the 3/4. The 3 goes over there. I got to make sure I'm adding like I did there. Both sides of the equation, the same thing. 3/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4. 3 plus 0 equals 3. 4/4, as you remember, is a whole fraction equal to 1. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. So our final answer is 4. We must simplify our answers. That is what it is. May you check? Yes, you can. I will do that here. 4 minus 3 1/4. Gotta borrow. You'll notice that this number here now is the same as what I had there, because I'm subtracting. In order to have a fraction on this side, 4/4 minus 1/4 is 3/4, and 3 minus 3 is 0. That is what we had at the very top. Next, you have an easier one. When you have a 0, any number minus 0 is that number. The identity property. About to show up. We add 0 here. We need to add 0 here. These cancel out. W equals 1,089 and 4 53s. Those are easy. Here we have a decimal, and again, inverse operation, which means we do the opposite. We're going to add. So we'll add 35 and 37 hundredths from the negative 35 and 37 hundredths. That wipes that out. We have just an F left. We got to add. We add there. We got to add here. Line up 35 underneath the right numbers. In the right place value. Plus 0.37 or 37 hundredths. I like apples with apples. So I'm going to make sure we have the same number of digits behind the decimal. I'm adding. 0 plus 7 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. and 181.57. Yes, I can check if I like. Minus 35.37. Will I get it? 7 minus 7 is 0. 5 minus 3 is 2. Carry down my decimal. Borrow. 11 minus 5 is 6. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 1. And yes. That is what I had. So that checks. What happens when it's written like this? They have the variable on the right side of the equal sign. We could solve it that way, but most of us like to work from left to right. So let's move it, rewrite it this way. Put the variable first and put the 28.3 on the right side of the equal sign. So I've just taken and switched them around. W minus 4.9 equals 28.7. Inverse operation, add the opposite. So I'm going to add line up here. Make sure my decimals are in the right spot. Negative 4.9 plus a 4.9, they wipe out. Gives me a W. Make sure I'm adding. 3 plus 9 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. 2 plus 1 is 3. Sure, my decimal's in there. And now my answer is 33.2. Now we subtracted. Let's check it if we like. 33.2 minus 4.9. Borrow. That's 3. Borrow. 12 minus 4 is 8. Put the decimal in. 2 minus 0 is 2. 28.3, which is that number we started with. All right, another one where the variable, the unknown, is on the right side. I like to rewrite it so that it's first. We get all the assignment today. We're going to do the inverse operation. So we add 2 and 1 6. We add 2 and 1 6. These wipe out. Negative 2 and 1 6 plus 2 and 1 6 is 0. That leaves us just with that t, the variable. 1 6 plus 1 6 is 2 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Ooh, we need to simplify. Divide them both by 2, and we get 6 and 1/3. So we'll divide by 2, divide by 2. So t equals 6 and 1/3. Okay, so don't forget, if you get some, you have to simplify your problem. Hope this helps you.